All right, party people. This is a quick public service announcement. Come on, y'all got to stop this. Y'all got to stop this. If you're doing a notarial act and your stamp can't fit on the page, attach a loose certificate. Nobody, in my opinion, if you took in any kind of training, should be asking that question on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, MySpace, TikTok, Divine, Periscope, or anywhere. Okay? We have to use some deductive reasoning and logic. If your stamp can't fit, and you need to look at it before you stamp, don't get into that robo mode of just trying to rush through and do these things in 15 minutes. If you see clearly your stamp would not fit, then all you got to do is add a loose certificate. And I keep seeing all these posts on Facebook and all the different Facebook groups. What do? I don't know what to do. I can't figure out what to do. Come on, people. I'm not trying to be mean or put anybody down, but that should have been something that you was taught when you took your training. And if your training didn't teach you that kind of stuff, I don't know what the purpose of the training was for. I really don't. I don't know what the purpose of the training was for. If you are in a signing and you don't know what to do, and you're asking, where do I put my stamp? That shouldn't even be a question. Add a loose certificate. If you're trying to handwrite something in there, if the notarial acknowledgement doesn't have all of the verbiage for your state, and you could easily write the names in there or whatever the case may be, but there's not enough room, add a loose certificate. If the acknowledgement area is split between two pages, add a loose certificate. It's that simple, okay? Just add a loose certificate. When in doubt, add a loose certificate. If the verbiage is not in alignment with your state's notary laws for what you're supposed to have in there, add a loose certificate. It's that simple, okay? Again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to talk down to anybody, but I'm talking in a manner to get you to hopefully pay attention and hear me. There's some things that I know we as human beings can figure out if we just put some brain power to it. And it's too many notaries right now that are constantly just wanting answers, but not willing to use the brains that they've been blessed with to figure it out. Okay? Just think for a moment. Before you hop on Facebook, before you start calling people, just think about what the situation is and how to resolve it. And too many people are just calling folk left and right, calling folk this time of the day, this time of the night, and saying, what's the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer? And you're not even thinking. And then if you call me, you know when you call me, I'm not just gonna give you the answer. I'm gonna make you think about it. So if you had a signing and you call me, I'm going like, okay, wait a minute, think about what you're faced with, because you might see another situation right after that might be similar but a little bit different. Use your brain to say, okay, oh, this is what I need to do. It's that simple. This is what it's asking me to do. This here document has information on it that's for the lender. Therefore, I don't need to deal with it. You shouldn't be calling somebody where it has information that's strictly for the lender, a notarial area strictly for the lender, and you're got all kind of posts on Facebook and everywhere else. What do I do? How do I notarize this? What's the title of the officer and all that? This is for the lender. Look at what it's saying. Read it. If you take your time and read it, stop panicking. Stop trying to get in there and just rushing through the signing. You will see, oh, that's for the lender. Is the lender in front of you? No. Is the lender next to you? No. Is the lender behind you? No. Then you ignore that area and you move on with the people who are in front of you. You cannot notarize a document for someone who is not there to sign it. So stop calling and asking people. Stop posting saying, can I notarize this? It says lender, such and such, whatever it is. And the lender is clearly not there, not going to be there, don't want to be there. And you're spending 20, 30 minutes trying to figure out what to do with this document. That shouldn't even be something that you should be dealing with. You should understand by now, even as a newbie, you should know that if it's not dealing with the people in front of you, you do not have to worry about it. It's that simple. Is that document for the people in front of you? It's either yes or no. But it has a notarial area in it. Is the document going to be signed by the people in front of you? Yes or no? Well, no, it's not. It's for the lender. Then why are you trying to notarize something that's for somebody who's not in front of you, who you're not going to witness signing? But it has a notarial area. Then you do what you do. It's that simple. And if push come to shove, then just call the title company and ask them. But most people don't want to do that, because if they call the title company, then the title company gonna be like, what's wrong with you? Don't you realize that's for the lender? It says it in there. So the title company is gonna tell you the same thing I'm gonna tell you, and Facebook is gonna tell you the same thing, but they're not gonna be as nice. They're gonna be mean and nasty and put you down until you go get training. But you've already took training. So that's a public service announcement for this today, party people. Again, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but I'm just constantly seeing, and I get the phone calls, and y'all know if you call me, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to talk to you, and I'm going to answer, and I'm going to get you the answer. But if it says lender, and they not there, keep going. Go to the stuff and do what you can do. Don't worry about the stuff that you can't do. It's that simple. And I know what y'all thinking, but so-and-so and so-and-so them said, don't leave any blank lines. There's some documents that the lender's going to fill out when they get it. You do not need to be writing NA or anything or writing lines through. And if anybody's telling you to do that, you need to get them, they need to provide you some receipts saying that that's what we're supposed to be doing notary-wide across everybody. Because if they're not telling, if they're just saying that as a blanket statement, they could be wrong. Because does the lender want you doing that? Does the title company want you doing that? Their clients may want them doing that, but not necessarily your clients. So don't just go by people saying line through everything. If nobody's there to sign it, line through it, scratch it out, blotch it out. Call the title company and ask them, because they the ones paying you, not that person training you. I'm telling you, people who train, they just saying stuff, they just doing stuff, and they got it with them, with their clientele, their people who they with, but they don't necessarily mean it's for you and the people who you're dealing with. Ask questions, contact people, verify, all of that kind of stuff before you end up getting blacklisted, because you out there scratching through everybody's signature and all that kind of stuff, scratching through every kind of line out there, and the lender gets it and he can't even sign it, or she can't sign it because you done put NA. It is applicable. They didn't ask you to do that. They asked you to get signatures and notarize, and you doing all this extra stuff. All right. Talk to you later. Peace.